Gavin was a wreck in Los Angeles.
What happened to you?
He was a wreck. Well, Gavin was not present for
Wait. When was I wreck in LA?
He's telling the story.
when you at lunch when you shit yourself.
Yeah, that would be when.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That would be the time.
I wasn't with you though.
I only shit myself in LA. When was I a wreck?
The week has been about you shitting your pants, and the first one was I shit my pants in LA. Then I shit my pants on the plane back from LA. So why would you question that now?
Yeah, I was because most of the pooing has been here.
Right, but it started
I
there.
forgot that it started in LA. It absolutely
Right.
did.
Like he literally couldn't come to something in LA, and I asked him, "Do you want to extend?" And he goes, "No, I can't. I'm no longer a human," or something like that. He was very concerned about. How did you get on a plane when you were? We should probably start at the beginning.
What happened? I don't know this story.
Probably
What
start at the
happened?
beginning.
Poop.
So I don't know what it was. I think I had food poisoning. The only thing I can think of that I had that was weird was that Alan gave me an oyster.
He did. He
Did
did.
Alan have the
He
shit?
gave-
Did Alan order oysters anywhere? Or did he just have like an oyster in his pocket? It's like the way you tell it. The only thing that was weird is Alan gave me an oyster. We were walking down the street in 100-degree weather.
Did Alan get the shits?
It was the In-N-Out burger.
Did Alan get the shits?
No, I don't know.
Should we call
I
him?
didn't go up to Alan and say,
I wanna call
"Hey,
Alan
Alan,
to see
how
if
you
he-
doing?"
Finish
Call
telling
him
your
now.
story. What happened? Alan gave you an oyster.
He gave me,
One
first of all,
oyster.
he gave him an oyster shooter, which is like a shot glass filled with blended oyster and
hot
tomato
sauce and
juice
stuff,
and hot
yeah.
sauce. Yeah.
So I slurped that down, and that was fine. It was kind of like, ugh. Then the next day at breakfast,
Took it like a champ, by the way.
I was at a restaurant having breakfast, and I was sat like this. Sat like this, like resting in the sun. I was like,
Did you
"Oh,
do
this is
anything
nice."
different?
What do you mean?
Like you were sitting, and you're like, I was sat like this, and you just moved around in the chair, and then
No, I
you're
leant-
still
I leant
sitting.
further
he-
back,
Michael,
like-
his
Michael
butts
here
were
was like
forward a little.
this. I was sitting like this. There you go. Like
Basically,
that.
what I've done is I've repositioned it so my anus isn't under me; it's like in front of me.
Yeah, it's all about the angle of the
You
anus.
can't see it. I mean, it's,
Okay, audience who are listening, Gavin slightly moved his anus.
Gavin went from a puckered position to unpuckered.
All right, so I'm there. I finished all my food, just sat there.
What'd you have?
And then like pancakes and eggs and bacon and stuff.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
not relevant. It's about to be very relevant.
my anus. It wasn't like sometimes you can gamble on a fart and you can bet the wrong way on it.
Right, your separator doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
But what happened is that my anus just leaked water. Like pooey water. And I was like, well, if it went like this.
This is while you're still at the table.
Yeah, it
How
just
did it go?
sounded like a slushy wet, and I was like, that was a weird fart. I didn't even see that coming. And then I was like, huh. And I was like, oh God, have I like properly?
Oh.
So I was like, I'll be right back.
fart.
I was like, I'll be right back.
Did you tell anyone at the table anything, or did you
I
just
just
excuse
said,
yourself?
be right back.
Is everyone else
He was on a
underwater
date,
for second?
pretty much, at that point.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna nip to the bog. and
Nip
then
to the bog.
And I felt it like all runny.
But little did you know the
coming
bog
down
was
my-
already in your pants.
Yeah. So I went to the bathroom.
your nips.
I went to the bathroom,
God.
which didn't lock,
Oh my god.
which is a nightmare. Pulled it down. Absolute catastrophe. Absolute danger zone down there. So
Oh my God.
bundled up my underwear, got rid of that, threw it away. Spent about 20 minutes cleaning just the swampy goop.
Did you leave a trail from your table to the bathroom?
like
no.
a slug, like a shit trail.
No, so I finished
How
all that
long do you estimate that you were gone from the table?
about 25 minutes.
Oh, God.
Which is why when I came back, I knew I couldn't lie about what had happened. Because I thought it was obvious.
How many people were there?
Just Meg.
Okay.
So I came
So
back
you
to
had
the
to come
table.
clean.
Came back to the table and I was like,
By yourself for half an hour.
yeah, she was like just messing around the phone. I came back and sat down. I was like, I didn't even sit down. I just stood by the chair. I was like, I've shit myself. We've got to leave immediately. And she was like, okay, and got up. And then in the car on the way back to her place, she was like streaming with laughter, like crying. So changed my jeans. I just felt really uneasy for a while, for the rest of the day. Got on a plane.
Let me ask you a question. While you were in the bathroom, did you at all look for windows to climb out of or anything?
No.
Like, did it
All
ever
I
cross
did
your
was
mind,
have
I
one
can
foot-
escape? I don't have to go back to the table.
Did you
Like,
look for a way to
start
hang
clean.
yourself and just end it all right there?
That I was thinking
Anything
about. I
sharp.
thought about pulling the back of the toilet up and just drowning myself in the system. So,
Because it'd be gross to do it in the toilet bowl
so yeah, I was holding the door shut. Someone tried to get in while I was doing that, so I was just like, I'm in here.
for 25 minutes.
Please don't.
Come
Please don't.
back tomorrow.
I'm throwing my underwear away. Give me a minute.
Then I got on a plane, and that was
Terrible decision.
uneasy.
Was it the same day?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So basically, went to the bog right before in the airport, got everything I could out. At this point,
God.
it's just water.
So
Like,
this is an ongoing problem that you had.
yeah, it's just wet. It's like wet water coming out of my bum.
Wet water.
Just bum wee. Got on the plane and fell asleep.
Oh no, have you ever listened to the podcast before? Don't do that.
My bum relaxed in my sleep.
Oh.
I had a repeat scenario. I then had to repeat exactly what I'd done in the restaurant, except in a 1 foot by 1 foot plain bathroom, which wasn't easy.
So
I've now got no underwear on, and I'm in jeans. There's about 40 minutes of the flight left.
That is no safety barrier.
I'm feeling even worse. I think the altitude is like boiling all my water.
Does it get hotter?
So I was
Boiling
just
it.
sat there like this on a plane, and that was the longest 40 minutes of my life.
He's now
Just like,
holding his asshole together.
just like trying to clench it and not even think about like relaxing my anus for 40 minutes.
Now,
I made it. No. I made it.
when you shit yourself on the plane, were you sleeping? You shit yourself that woke you up,
Yeah.
or did you wake up and you would shit yourself? Like, how long were you sitting
Or
in
was
your
it
shit?
the smell that woke you up?
Did other
Like
people
a
smell
baby.
it first? Right? Were you like sleeping in it for like?
Were you crying
an
and
extended
cranky?
period of time? or-
But there was a line for the toilet.
so
Oh,
you're
God.
sitting in your shit while you're waiting,
I was
or were
just
you
holding
standing?
it. I was just holding it.
You're lucky the line wasn't there before you went.
It was.
Oh, really?
What do you mean?
Oh, I see what you're saying. So I thought when you came out, you saw a line of people because you were there
I had to
another
wait in
25
line.
minutes.
So
you
you
had to
woke
wait
up.
in line? Oh,
Were you
what a
standing or were you still
nightmare.
sitting?
I was stood.
So you
gonna
pulled
sit,
all
eh?
your crap up, and
Yeah.
you're just like
How
covered
long-
in filth.
How long were you in the tiny bathroom in the plane?
About 20 minutes.
If you're in there too long, they'll knock on the thing and say, "Is there a problem?" Like
Yeah.
where you're in there making a
Shit, man.
bomb.
And I would have replied yes.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
I need some underwear. Stat.
I think that in that situation they'd want him in there.
Okay, so-
to
yeah.
contain that.
Yeah, I cleared all that up. I put like 10 layers of toilet paper in the bottom of my jeans. That was my new underwear.
That helps.
And then I survived. And then that night, I went to sleep. And I pooed the bed in the night.
Did you really?
The poo fairy visited you.
So is this like permanent? Are you done with this?
You leave $1, then they leave a turd. It's like the reverse tooth fairy.
That's the worst fairy of all
So
kind.
did your sheets take a beating?
Yep, changed those.
Burned them.
And then, yeah, basically in the span of 24 hours, I shit myself about 5 times.
So you're down 2 pair of underwear and a set of sheets at this point.
I was down 2 underwear, set of sheets. I kept the sheets. I just washed them. I didn't think it's worth throwing away
Those
my sheets.
pants are right on the verge too, because they survived 2
The
shattings.
jeans, yeah. Did you throw them away or did you keep them?
The jeans I've got.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna throw away.
Were they really tight jeans? Like, were you in danger of like a pressurized squirt coming
It's
out?
all right,
Shoots
but
out your
for some reason that just seems like too much to me.
It's in the back of the head.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've started to solidify. Yesterday?
Have you taken anything
No. Like what?
like Pepto or
Are you gonna
Imodium?
make fun of me
Something
for
to
not
make you
taking anything?
stop.
For something like this, if you're shitting yourself,
Gus, you had a stomachache for a year and a half straight. A year and a half straight. you had a
Imodium doesn't
stomachache.
fix that.
And I had to like practically make the appointment for you to go to the doctor myself.
Oh, and then
Yeah,
you
but that's
found
like prescription
out,
stuff.
you found out it was like an easy fix.
Instead of over the counter. Over the counter, shit, take something. I've got some Imodium in my
That's
bag right
different,
now.
Burnie.
That's different. That's me.
Shut up.
That's me. I had to leave every
That's
meal
an interesting
early.
question. In retrospect, I'd
Yeah.
say no.
No, and I was still right after analysis.
Your smile gets bigger as your eyeballs go further up
Yes.
into the air.
I've been pretty dehydrated recently.
I told you to drink more.
I did, yeah.
Because you're
Well, I
That's
mean,
why he's got a beer right there.
Been afraid.
I'm just pulling all the water away.
it's not going to help.
But
and a Red
yesterday-
Bull. Red Bull and a
And a
beer.
Red Bull.
Red Bull and a beer. That'll hydrate you
Yesterday,
nicely.
I had my first fart in 5 days.
Congratulations.
And it was amazing. To have an anus filled with air instead of water is an
You've had
unbelievable
your
feeling.
first
Wet water.
gas fart instead
be
of your first
specific.
liquid fart.
Yeah, and it was good. And now I'm all back to normal, I think.
I think.
Do you think you'll ever regain the confidence that you had before? Or
No.
is this
Before
like,
the tragedy.
Has
I'm
this
damaged.
changed
It's
you?
like I've been at
We've already
war.
talked about it. Like, there's been a few incidents in Achievement Hunter, like here and there. Jeff's had a couple accidents. There's been some close calls. Gavin has always like gone on about how he's never shit himself, and in the span of like 24 hours, he's become the king.
Yeah.
I just
I
wanna
went
point out-
from 0 times
To
5.
like at most ever.
You had 3 more that you haven't told us about?
Well,
Oh, you had the bed,
I had
and
a
then
couple
2
in
more
bed.
of that.
I had one in the shower.
Oh.
Oh.
At least you're in the shower already,
That was
I
fine.
guess.
That was the easiest one.
And then another one in the bed again.
yeah.
You're a nightmare. You're a nightmare. I just want to point out to the audience that outside of the Achievement Hunter office, we're batting like 1,000. Nobody else has shit their pants, as far as I know.
Or at least no one else outside of that office brags about it.
yeah.
It's not like public knowledge.
It's
Worst to
competition.
first.
Either way, what I did was nothing compared to what you did.
What?
You just spunk your pants on a plane.
Oh, you're gonna bring that up again?
Well, because that's weird and sexual.
I didn't tell you the best part of that story. I left out the kicker at the end.
What was it?
When I woke up, I was holding Jeff's hand.
No.
No. Everyone I just got greeted with silence on that.
You should come back to my face. I was totally willing to accept it. Mine
So
was
what's
like,
worse,
oh.
having an illness and pooing yourself on a plane, or spunking yourself on a plane?
They're all really
Definitely
horrible.
shitting yourself
They're all
because the
horrible.
person next to you doesn't know that like you just jizzed your pants. If you shit yourself on a plane, people are gonna know.
I had the
worse.
feeling that everybody knew. It was like
Do we tell too much personal stuff on this podcast?
Isn't that the point?
That's pretty personal.
I'm
right?
totally-
I probably shouldn't have admitted that.
I'm drawing you into this because of I had to tell that story. I think it took me a year to tell that story.
Yeah, it took me 5 days to tell mine.
That led me to one of your thoughts, like one of your hypothetical scenarios you like to come up with. If I gave you today $2 million, $2 million cash, you walk out of here today with $2 million. But for the next 20 years, anytime you have to take a poo, you have to hold both their hands and make eye contact with them.
The whole time?
The entire time. Otherwise, you can't go to the bathroom. You have to find someone if you're in public that will hold both your hands and make eye contact with you while you go poo.
Oh, so it's a different person every time?
It's just anybody. You can't. It's just you have to hold their hands and make eye
if
contact
I'm
with a person.
How much am I getting?
What's that?
2 million.
2 million.
All right, so
20 years.
I put out an ad and I say I'll pay you $100,000 a year to hold my hand while I poo all
There
year.
goes all your money.
$100,000 out of 2 million.
10 years. That's $1 million.
20 years. I said 20 years.
Oh, how much?
10 years. You pay $1 million.
Gavin just did it for the experience.
20
I've
years.
just been
amount of
looking for
money,
someone to hold
back
hands.
to work. Fucking $100,000 a year. I'll do it. Sign me up. I'll hold your hand.
It's amazing you came to the exact number. They didn't even think about it.
$100,000 a year to hold your hands and look at you while you poop. Fuck.
I bet
Where's
you
that line start?
can find a dude to do it much cheaper than that, I bet.
Would you do that for someone?
No.
You would
$100,000 a year. Fucking Gavin starts high.
for $100,000 a year, you wouldn't do that. All you have to do is hold someone's hand for 20 minutes a day.
And stare at them while they shit.
I don't give a fuck, dude.
You think
I'm
they're the
not
good
the one
times and the bad?
pooping.
When they drink an oyster shooter and it gives them wet diarrhea for 5 days, you gotta be there.
There's a
when
lot
they're
to
backed
it.
up and they need to eat more fiber, you
There's a
gotta
lot-
be there.
There's a lot to it. Think of that's your job. You have to do that with somebody. Think of like all the like involuntary squeezes of the hand. It's just too much.
I like the clamminess.
You're asleep in the middle of the night, like, hey man, I got a real emergency. You gotta come over right now. You're like, fuck. All right, be right there.
That guy would have had to travel with you on the plane into that breakfast. Because he just would have had a feeling that you were gonna poo.
Well, the idea of like when someone's ill on a plane, it's like, is anyone a doctor? But for us, it'd be like, is anyone a poo watcher? You can't catch
the
that,
best
can
part
you?
about that too is, by the way, he's talking about getting sick and poo. So that's the day he's just like all morning like,
The most disturbing segue
And
of
we're
all time, by
like,
the way. Speaking
no,
of getting
it's
sick
great.
and poo.
No, it's great. So I'm like, what the fuck's with you? And Jeff's just like, wait for the Let's Play. So I had to wait like 2 hours to hear the story till we got going. And he's like, oh, shit myself. So he's going on and on about it. And it was either before, and I think it was in the middle of the video right afterwards, he was just like, uh-oh. And then he checks his pants to make sure. He thought he shit himself.
What does that mean? You checked his
he
pants.
put his pants down. He put his hand down his pants and he like rubbed his pants to see if he shit himself.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well, I've got to
right?
know.
Right. So he does this. I
can wash my hand.
He could wash his hand. He does that and he's like, I'm clear. And then immediately rubs his eye. And I'm like, oh no! I'm like, you just like wiped your asshole and rubbed your eye. He's like, no, but it wasn't wet. And I'm like,
Also-
your hand was still in your ass.
Also,
And
didn't
Ryan
touch my
starts freaking
asshole.
out.
I have to
A to E.
like, tease my anus.
Your hand was in your pants inside your boxers. It's close enough to
It wasn't
directly
inside my boxes.
pull out and then
it
in
wasn't
your
inside
eye.
my boxes. It was on my jeans.
You've already described for the
Your
last
jeans
week.
are covered in shit. By
They
your own
were.
account,
I was seeing
okay?
if they were.
You're covered in feces.
I took my hand to the bottom of my jeans.
You're contaminated.
You put them inside your jeans.
No, in my jeans.
Yeah,
and then,
inside
like,
your jeans.
touch
He
the
always says
bottom of
no to me and then says what I said. Yes, inside your jeans. And then what'd you do?
I just touched the bottom of them to see if they were wet.
Inside.
You
Yeah,
touched
like-
your jeans,
Which you've
you
already
didn't touch your
established
boxers.
that this
No, I didn't touch the
environment is a
boxers.
mess with no containment facilities at all. It's just like you were expecting to find poop. Is what
I was just making sure.
just making sure. Guys, let me ask you a question. You poop your pants. Do you know it? How many How many steps of verification do you need?
I'm pretty sure I would know it. I'm pretty sure I would know.
I
if
would
did my
love to
tag.
give you what I
Like,
had and see if
Is
you
there
would
another
know
step
it.
of the process, or is that then you're done? Like, you need like third-party verification.
Well, the weird
of, like,
thing is-
what's
Is
this?
this shit? Is this shit? Does somebody taste this?
The weirdest thing about it is that it was only liquid. It was never any pieces of poo. It was just bum liquid. But it was body temperature. So I didn't know.
How is that weird?
Well, because you can't tell whether it's come out or
It
not.
wasn't cold like normal.
No, I mean, if your pants are wet from the cold water, you know that there's water in them.
We've officially.
No one has referred to shit more as water than Gavin tonight. Everything comes out of him as water this and water that.
In the
It's all
history-
shit. It's all crap.
It
Coming out
is,
of
and
you.
there was none.
In the history of the podcast, I've never heard the controller yell at us to shut up as an official direction. We've officially been told to shut up now.
All right. Well,
can't handle
why don't we just take a blade to that part of the timeline and we'll start a podcast now.
Just scoop that
Hey
out.
everyone,
Welcome to the
podcast.
Rooster podcast. Who have we got this week?
Oh my
no, there's
God.
no way we're cutting that out. So, thanks. That's fucking awesome. We're all glad to hear. We're all rooting for you and hoping you have a speedy recovery.
Should make
Thanks.
the link dump interesting, that's for sure. Nope.
It really will be a link dump.
Literally this time.
Uh,
I had that. I suspect the first time we sat down to play Mario Kart together, I was playing with the tilt controller, the tilt Wii controller, Mario Kart 8, and Ashley had the gamepad, and she fucking destroyed me the first two races. Like, absolutely killed me. And I have a feeling she threw the last two races. I haven't confirmed it yet, but I have a feeling
That's
she did.
sad.
Yeah, that's sad. That's
Yeah.
a sad moment in any relationship when it's like, don't throw this. She's like,
It's
oh.
like that's like faking an orgasm.
Yeah, it is,
it's
right?
it's worse.
Is it worse?
It's
More
worse.
insulting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I have a sneaking suspicion. I'll have
Have
to
you ever
confirm it
faked
with
it?
her. What's that? Yeah. Haven't you? In my life, yes.
Why?
Just to get out of like it's good. I'm a good actor.
What did you do? Is like very quietly spit. He's like, oh, there we go.
How do you lie about that?
You must be a great actor.
But if you're sleeping with someone you don't really know all that well, you have a condom on anyway. So you're not worried about like. I like to turn the back. I'll be like Gavin with. Have you ever seen when Gavin goes around with the hand sanitizer and he shoots it at people? It's so fucking disturbing. And then he has his iPhone like set at like spout level, so all you see is this spray and
Oh
people
yeah, I made an RT life. I forgot about it.
freaking out.
I was
about
trying to
it.
convince him he should buy a dildo that squirts.
Am I alone? By the way, am I alone in that? You've never faked an orgasm in your life?
I never have.
Really? Ever?
My hand can always
Never.
tell.
What's that?
I can never fool it.
All right. Well, I guess I'm
Guys.
alone in that.
Imagine doing it to yourself.
Yeah, like, oh, that was great. It wasn't.
You look in the mirror and cry.
Gavin's
I can't
blown
get
away
over
here.
this.
Gavin has a look of shock
Really?
on his face. Look at him.
Someone you don't know very well.
It's like
So
he
it's
doesn't even
like-
know who you are anymore.
So imagine it was one of the first few times with this person,
Yeah.
and then you just decided you didn't.
It's
wanna
more than one
finish.
person, probably. I mean, it doesn't seem like that foreign a concept to me.
What's interesting to me is that like probably like at first I was on board like okay maybe I could see him having done it. That means you've done it multiple times.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you guys don't ever have like delay tactics of like extending stuff, and after a while you're like, oh, I fucking delayed too much. Now it's just gonna be like, now it's gonna be a long fucking time. We're gonna have to.
That I know what you're talking about. And sometimes it's just like, listen, the window's passed. What are you gonna do? I've never thought to be like,
No.
see you later.
Well, I mean, basically that's the same thing. I mean, I would say you end it without a discussion.
It's not the
Basically,
same thing, though. I'm just like, there's no, I like pretending something happened. It's just like, listen, it's just
yeah. If I don't know the person as well, I would have not had the conversation.
just not gonna happen.
If I was acting and trying to fake it, I think I'd go over the top with it. I wouldn't be able to match the same level of.
Let's go ahead, please fill us in.
Do it.
But
I
let's
just can't
let's
imagine
just
what
make
you-
the body fluid circuit for this podcast.
I just can't
Let's do
imagine
it.
what you would have done at the moment where you, because in your head you're thinking this is going nowhere. I've got to stop this,
Yeah.
and then you were like, shall I just? Yeah, I'll just fake. I'll fake the climax. Here we go. Like, what would you do? Like, how would you
he
even
was
do
there.
that?
What's that? I mean, it's fake. It's just like anything else. You just fake it.
How'd you do it?
Nah, good try. Good try. It was pretty much like what you did, but a little bit better.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm never getting to any ad reads this whole podcast.
Do it.
We're so far beyond.
Why you want to
any
get
of
away
that.
from like a horrible discussion before
No,
you?
horrible discussions are great.
Did you
Stick
see
with it.
that?
No, I mean before you do an ad read.
No,
you, want,
fuck it.
you want a 5
They,
sentence
they knew what
buffer?
they knew what they were getting into.
Did you see that demonstration the guy did with the 3 Kinects and the Oculus Rift?
No,
No, but
It
it,
was-
sounds awful.
no,
It
it
was
sounds
actually
Just
awesome.
waiting for poop or semen.
It was
to
actually
come
pretty
out.
cool.
Right.
He was just in this
He got
virtual.
3 angles at once. It's coming at him.
What was
He was
it?
he was in this virtual room. It was like a virtual office, and there's 3 Kinects. I think that's why a lot of women get pregnant quite quickly after the wedding, because it's like the next project.
What is your statistical analysis that brought you to that conclusion that people
it's
get
like-
pregnant right away?
You
What
know,
do you
you
mean
need
some
like
people do
a
it?
you need like a new big life goal.
He didn't. You.
Women's rights with Dr. Gavin Free.
Yeah, no kids there.
Yeah.
They got married. No
Some
kids.
people like it. I get what you're saying, but it's not everybody that gets married.
I know it's not everybody.
Lindsay's cousin, whose wedding we went to
Lindsay
last
went-
year, we
who's-
saw him at the wedding, and like his wife is ready to plop out a baby. They got married and was like, baby.
There you go.
It's like
you
within
said
like a
the
month.
reason the women get pregnant after they get married right away is because they need a life goal after they were planning the wedding.
He did say that.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, they could have a life goal already.
You
like
set goals
work
for
or
yourself. That's what
something.
life is. It's like, well, I want to achieve this. Let's do it. Done. Now I
Okay,
wanna
no,
achieve
no
this.
need for a career.
Yeah.
Or
It's-
anything
it's-
else.
I think he's
What
pointing
are
out
you
the
talking
fact
about?
that you just
Career is additional. That's not.
No. You said there was like a life goal from planning the wedding to getting knocked up.
That is a new life goal. Yeah.
But you don't
You're
know
not gonna
that.
You're not gonna be like baby
Well, I was like, I
marriage.
need something
But you
else to
don't-
do.
you
I
don't
got all
know
this
that
time from not
everyone
planning a
wants to have
wedding.
kids.
My order's
Gavin.
all fucked up.
What do you
Baby
mean?
marriage.
What's everyone going mental about?
Because you're like, all right, the lady gets married, she got nothing to do, baby.
No, she got nothing to do.
Basically what you just
You
said.
said she had extra time because she wasn't planning a wedding.
Sitting around doing
Gavin,
nothing all
the-
day eating
You
bonbons.
were just saying how Lindsay was sad that that bit was over. And
Right, so she
You
wasn't
threw a
like trying to have
cushion
a
at
baby to
yourself?
fill my time.
no, but now there's space for like a new thing. I know that Lindsay has a job. It's not like she's just a wife.
Right, but I mean, I think what they're saying here is maybe there's something else they could do besides having a baby.
I'm set. Screw it.
Are you having a baby?
No, I'm not. Not
No?
yet. I mean,
No.
eventually. Couple years.
Couple years?
2-3 years.
What's Lindsay going to do in the meantime?
Young man.
Just
Young
fucking
man.
plan.
Empty
I'll
vessel.
ask her in 3 years.
Yeah,
Maybe
she
could
planning
plan
more
maybe
weddings?
she could plan a friend's
So
wedding.
I'm not going to be like, hey, it's time now.
You just make sure you don't fake it constantly because otherwise it won't work.
Yeah, man.
What was your last big goal that you ticked off?
I don't know. I would say the midnight thing was a good one last week. National television appearance, performing comedy on a national television.
So now, have you set yourself a new goal?
Time to have a baby.
God
They,
damn
what
it.
are they,
don't know
nervous?
left.
They kept referring to us as comedians.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like landing a man. That would be awesome if I'd done that last week.
If only I could buy an oven that cleans itself, then my life would be complete.
Did you? I mean, you get the inherent why it sound why we're calling you on it, though, right? You get why we're
Of
calling
course
you.
he doesn't.
Okay.
No,
he
yeah,
does not.
but I know it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I'm glad that you know.
If we don't call you on it right now, we'll all get called on it for the next week. So that's
Fair
the way that
play.
works.
Get it all out.
But that was a big life goal. What was your last big life goal? So Johnny Knoxville attached a fake crab to this, and he would walk up to people and he'd like walk
Oh,
up,
my
like
God.
right their arm, the back of their arm, and he'd go wink, and they turn out, and they turn around. There's a crab. They'd be in the middle of a sound stage, and they'd see a crab.
Dude, those movies are fucking hilarious.
Who the hell would think of that?
Fucking
You know?
hilarious.
And they always struck me as one of the funniest things ever. And he'd walk around with this crab clamp all day long. So it's this. I don't know what this is called, but these things are fucking tough as shit. Like,
Gator clamp.
gator clamp? Fuck. Yeah,
Yeah, those
they're
things
tough.
hurt.
They hurt.
You okay?
Can you
Yeah.
put it on your ear right now?
Put it on my ear?
Yeah. Do it. Don't
I mean,
listen
it's
to
probably
them.
not that
Okay,
bad.
that's okay. I got it. There we go.
Oh my God! I can't
Gavin,
believe you did
Gavin,
that.
do
You
it.
put it on something?
On my ear.
I'll give you a $10 to put it on your bottom lip.
That'll hurt.
Let it go. Yeah.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Put your bottom lip.
Oh, that's crushed it.
That's the way it
ruined
works.
And that's
That's
the day
done what
Gab
it's supposed to do.
got a flat ear. On your nose?
Gavin,
Oh,
don't make
Gavin,
that thing
don't.
even bigger.
It'll
do it.
spread the pressure out over such a large surface area. It'll
What
be
if it just
fine.
never came
That's
back?
the moneymaker, dude. Don't mess with that. You
Yeah,
don't tug on
we used to have
Superman's cape.
contests with these on set. I
Well-
put these in several places on my body.
Horrible places.
Not my nuts.
In
though.
them?
Do the back of your arm. See if you can do that.
Like this.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a clamp pro. Oh, that looks painful. What
Now
if I
imagine you
slap it a
feel
little
that, and then you look back.
And there's a crab
All
there.
you see is the crab. Oh, this was so funny. But
Crabs are weird animals. Crabs are fucking funny to me.
anything that lives in the ocean is weird.
There is something comedic about watching the way a crab walks, like sideways. And I know there was like every now and then whenever I would go to the beach in Puerto Rico, there were some crabs that when they'd look at you, they'd like point their pinchers at you like they were guns. And then like if another person walked up, they'd be like,
The Puerto
like
Rican thing.
having a standoff. Like, come on, dude, you're not fooling anyone. You just have pinchers.
It's like the end of the good, bad, and the ugly.
When they have their claws like this, do they ever cross their claws like this, like left and right? And like,
You know it's a gangster crab when it turns it sideways.
it snips like up and down. It's less accurate that way, but it's way more
Back
threatening.
up! Back up!
Oh, I love crabs. So fucking funny.
So are they walking sideways or are they looking sideways?
They're walking sideways.
They
They face
walk
this way.
sideways.
They face this way. I mean, they're walking. You're saying the whole animal is based on which direction they walk?
Well, if they walk in one direction, that's forwards.
Well, then that would be like if
Wouldn't forwards be the way you're looking?
but then their arms, everything is sideways. So they're walking sideways. The orientation of the animal is this way, and it walks.
Yeah, so it
this
doesn't
way.
have a face on the side of it.
no, I mean it's looking one way and walking the other way.
Yeah.
Its face is under its eyes.
But which way
Or
is
its mouth.
forward, left or right?
Either way, it has options. It's going places.
Fucking Christ.
But they all walk the same. They all
Just
face the
shut the
same
fuck
direction,
up.
don't they?
What if a crab started running forwards though? That would freak you the fuck out, wouldn't it? Like, I mean, what's the?
Ah! He starts screaming. Ah!
Dot, 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 dot.
What is this?